Who likes sushi? I'm not making sushi tonight, but I am making sushi bowls. First, I'm going to start with making the rice, and I'm going to measure out 2 cups of this sushi rice. And then I'm going to rinse that really well until I can get all of the cloudiness out. Now that the rice is rinsed, I'm just going to put this in my pan, and then I'm going to add 2 cups of water. And then I'm going to put this on the burner, and I'm going to let that come to a boil. Now that the rice is boiling, I'm going to go ahead and put a lid on it. I'm going to turn this down to low and just let that cook for 15 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes. While the rice is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make the eel sauce, and you're going to need 1 cup of soy sauce, 1 cup of this mirin, and 1 cup of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and make a little extra. So I did 1.5 cups of soy sauce. Let's put that in there. I have 1.5 cups of the mirin. And then I'm going to measure out the sugar. There's 1 cup of sugar. And 1/2 cup of sugar. Then I'm going to bring that to a boil. And then once it starts boiling, I'm going to reduce it and let it simmer. While our rice is cooking and we're bringing our eel sauce to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and get the sauce part ready for what we're going to put in the sushi rice as soon as it's ready. We want 3 tablespoons of sugar. Well, 1 teaspoon of salt. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of this rice vinegar. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of our mirin. And then we're just going to keep mixing this up. The sugar and the salt will dissolve. Our eel sauce has come to a boil. We want to turn it down to low, and we want to continue to stir it. We may have to keep pulling it off the burner because it will boil over. Our 15-minute timer has gone off for our rice, so I'm just going to pull it off the burner and just set it to the side and let it sit for 10 minutes. I do have to keep pulling it off the burner because it keeps wanting to boil over. But I do want to reduce it down some, and then after it reduces down some, I can add a little bit of cornstarch to thicken it up, but I still need it to reduce some. Now that the sushi rice has sat for about 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and remove the lid, and then you just want to kind of fluff it a little bit with a fork. You don't really want to stir it or tear it up. Now that I've got that kind of fluffed up a little bit, that mixture that we made with the mirin and the sugar and the salt and the rice vinegar, I'm going to just give that one last stir, and then I'm going to pour that over the top of it. And then I'm just going to kind of fluff that up again, kind of mix that around so that it's all coated. Our sushi rice is ready. For the meat, I'm going to use my Ninja. It's like a grill that you can use. I'm going to do chicken. We have these 2 leftover fajita chicken breasts. They're already seasoned. I'm going to just grill those. You can use whatever kind of meat that you want to use. You can use shrimp. You can use tuna. Whatever can be your protein. Or you don't even have to add any if you don't want to. You can. Now that it's heated up, I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken. then I'll just close that lid back. I will flip it in about 5 minutes. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these chicken breasts over. And then I'm gonna let them cook on the other side for about 5 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these over again. I'm gonna go ahead and check the temperature on them, but I don't think that they're gonna be ready. Nope, that one's at 119. This one actually is probably ready. Let me pull this one off. And we'll let this big one cook a little longer. I'll check it in about 5 minutes. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and check this one again. See if that one's ready. We just need it to 134 degrees. And we're good. We're actually at 135. So we're going to go ahead and pull that one off, put it in the bowl with this other one, and let them rest for a little bit. And after they rest for about 5 minutes, we'll go ahead and slice them up. All right, our sauce has reduced down quite a bit, our eel sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this up just a little bit. I've got just a little bit of water in this cup, and I'm going to add just a couple of spoonfuls of cornstarch so we can thicken that up a little bit. Okay, I've got that up on almost medium low, or a little less than medium low. It's boiling. I'm going to go ahead and pour in this cornstarch and water, and then just let that cook for a little bit until it thickens. Okay, while our sauce is thickening, I'm going to go ahead and slice up the chicken breasts, and I'm just going to slice them thin. About that thin. I've got my sushi rice, my chicken, some avocados, some green onion, my eel sauce, and some sesame seeds. I also chopped up some cucumbers, but I don't like cucumbers, but the hubby does.